Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome to Byte Logic. Today we're going to talk about installing Python 3 on your operating system. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. We're going to start out with macOS. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a terminal, and this is just a quick test you can run really quick to verify if you do or do not have it installed. So in your terminal, go ahead and type Python 3, hit enter. If you get these three little carets right here, that means you do have Python. Okay, but if not, that means you do not, and you need to install it, and that's why you're here. So we'll go ahead and open up your browser and go to python.org. Now, python.org will always have their latest downloadable version of Python right here. So go ahead and click on that little link, scroll all the way down to the bottom here, and in this files section, you'll see your compatible installer. And so that's this one right here, the macOS 64-bit universal installer. And a quick note, I would say always go with the installers. The packages are slightly less useful for those who don't know how to use them. So go ahead and click on the installer, and let's get rolling here. So once the install completes, we'll open that file up. And this will basically walk you through the installation process. You won't have to deal with anything else. Just continue, agree, and then install. Go ahead and put in your password. And the installation will start. And this should actually go fairly quickly for me since I just did a practice run to make sure it does work. But yeah, I will meet you when this is over. Alrighty, it looks like the install was successful. You can see so up here. So go ahead and close, move the installer to the trash. Then we'll go ahead, I'll close this out just to, be safe. Open up a new terminal here. We can say Python 3. This time you should get these three little carets. You can go ahead and print hello world, and you are all set. So that's it for macOS. Now let's move on to Windows. This is my little Windows box. It's a brand new thing. So for Windows, you can test right here in the search bar, say Python. And you'll know when you see it. None of these are it. So let's go ahead and open up the browser. We'll do the same thing we did with Mac. We'll go to python.org. Then, as is the norm, or as is usual, the install is right here. So we'll go ahead and click on that. That's the latest install. Now for this one, I'm going to say the Windows installer 64-bit. I'm going to assume you want the 64-bit. You might want the 32-bit, but I would recommend 64. So go ahead and click on that. The installer should not take very long to grab from the internet. And once you have this installer, we can go ahead and run the process and get started here. So go ahead and click up here. And we'll open up the installer. Go ahead and click install now. Don't worry about a custom installation. And this install might take a second, so I will meet you when this is done. Okay, so it looks like we're finishing up here. The installer is just about done with its thing. So once that will go ahead and finish up, should be all we have to do for Windows OS. So setup was successful. Good. Close. Now we can go down here, check it out, say, oh, it's already hiding in there. Python, there he is, hiding right there. It's a little terminal for you, so go ahead and test it out. Say print hello world. Go ahead and close that off. There we are. It's echoing back, so we are all set. Now I will move on to Linux. So, with Linux, it is slightly different because there is not an install package available for Linux. However, I would argue that it is easier with Linux than any other operating system. So let's get right into it. We'll test to see if we have Python. Do that by typing Python 3 in the terminal. If you get the 3 carets, you do. I have it on this machine. But for the sake of the video, we'll say I don't have it. I will type sudo apt install. This is telling your computer what to do and also telling it to use your password. So we're going to install Python 3 because that is the newest version of Python. Go ahead and enter your password. And it should be a very quick, very easy installation. Now, double check, make sure you have it. Python 3 will say print hello world. There we are. We are all set on all 3 operating systems. Those are the main operating systems. Now, always feel free. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would like me to cover. Any other installation methods that you have questions about. And as always, happy coding.